What's the dumbest thing a school counselor ever did? Senior year, Mrs. Lopez calls me into her office looking completely panicked and stressed out. We have a major problem with your college applications that needs immediate attention. What happened exactly? She's shuffling through papers frantically like she's searching for something really important that she lost. I accidentally sent your rejection letter to Harvard instead of your acceptance essay submission. I freeze completely in my chair staring at her. What do you mean rejection letter exactly? She won't make eye contact with me at all. I may have written a letter declining their offer on your behalf without consulting you first, but I never got accepted yet. They haven't even made their decisions. Exactly. I was being proactive in the entire process to save time. This makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why would you send Harvard a rejection letter for me when I never asked? She sighs dramatically and leans back in her chair, looking exhausted. Look, I've been doing this job for 20 years now. Kids like you just don't get into schools like Harvard. I was saving you the inevitable disappointment and heartbreak. Kids like me. What exactly does that mean? She gestures vaguely around the room at the walls. You know, students from this neighborhood, your family background, the demographics here. I'm trying really hard not to explode right now at her. So you decided for me without asking my opinion. Here's the thing though that makes this situation even worse than it sounds. I never actually applied to Harvard in the first place. I applied to Yale University. She goes completely silent and stares at me blankly. Then what letter did you send to Harvard exactly? If I never applied, she opens her desk drawer slowly and pulls out an official-looking document with the school letterhead on top. Apparently I wrote a very detailed letter explaining why you were turning down their full scholarship offer. I told them you decided to pursue other opportunities instead. Full scholarship offer? What full scholarship offer are you talking about? Her face is turning bright red now and she looks embarrassed. I may have made up some details to make the rejection sound more believable and realistic to them. So let me get this completely straight here. You created a fake Harvard acceptance letter out of nowhere. Then you wrote a fake rejection letter responding to it on my behalf for a school I never even applied to. She nods slowly like she's finally understanding how completely insane this sounds. Wait, it gets worse somehow. I asked to see what she actually wrote. The letter claimed I was valedictorian with a 4.9 GPA and captain of 3 varsity sports. None of that is true. I have a 3.2 GPA and play JV tennis badly. That's when my phone buzzes with an email notification from somewhere. It's from Harvard admissions office directly. We received your unusual letter but have no record of your application in our system. However, based on the impressive transcript and achievements you mentioned, we would like to invite you to apply for our spring admission cycle. Please contact us immediately to discuss this opportunity. I show Mrs. Lopez the email and her jaw drops open. She just accidentally got me a personal invitation to Harvard University. The admissions officer was so confused by her elaborate letter that they looked up my actual grades and got interested anyway. But wait, there's more to this story. She panics and calls Harvard to explain the mistake, except she makes it worse by claiming I have a rare learning disability that makes my grades look lower than my actual ability. Now they're even more interested in me as a diversity candidate. 2 hours later, the principal called her into his office for an emergency meeting. Turns out this wasn't her first time sending fake letters to colleges on behalf of students. She had been rejecting students from schools they never applied to for 3 years running. She was fired immediately. But honestly, I kind of owe her one now. I'm starting at Harvard in January with a full scholarship for students with learning differences. Sometimes the dumbest mistakes lead to the best outcomes.